Hello everyone! In today's episode, the fourth one in our Sicily series, we're continuing our walk through the streets of Catania, starting in front of the Maria Santissima dell'Elemosina church, the place where we've ended our last episode. If you want to see the episodes so far in this series, where we visit some of the most beautiful places in Catania, we'll leave you the links to them in the description of this video and in the card above. Today we're continuing our walk going along Via Etna, and we pass by the University of Catania, which was founded in 1434. This is the oldest university in Sicily and is amongst the largest in Italy by number of students. And across from it is the San Giuliano Palace, located in the square of the University of Catania, in front of the university's headquarters. This palace houses the administrative offices of the university. The San Giuliano Palace was designed by the architect Giovanni Battista Vaccarini in 1738 for the Paterno family, the Marquises of San Giuliano. At the entrance we find commemorative plaques with the names of the illustrious guests who have been hosted in this building, among them the King of Italy Vittorio Emanuele III with Queen Elena. The building has been remodeled several times, but the facade has remained almost intact. Only the balustrade crowning the roof is the stylistic addition of the 1930s, when the building was the headquarters of Credito Italiano. From here we'll continue walking on Via Etna until we reach Piazza del Duomo, which we visited in the first episode of our Sicily series. From here we walk on Via Giuseppe Garibaldi to Piazza Battaglia di Palestro, where Porta Garibaldi is located, which in the past was also known as Porta Ferdinandea. The walk from Piazza del Duomo to Porta Garibaldi will take us about 14 minutes. The triumphal arch towards which we are heading was built in 1768 after a project created by Stefano Ittar and Francesco Battaglia, commemorating the wedding of King Ferdinand I of Sicily and Maria Carolina of Habsburg-Lorraine. The triumphal arch was also known as Porta del Fortino. The name comes from a fort that once existed in this place, giving its name to the neighborhood that houses the gate, located between Piazza Palestro and Piazza Crocifisso, at the end of Via Giuseppe Garibaldi. Porta Garibaldi was built in a Baroque style from two types of stone, black stone from Etna and white stone from Lentini. On the top part it has a clock, which replaces the bust of Ferdinand I. On the side facing Via Garibaldi, under the clock, there is a phrase in Latin which in English is approximately translated as "I rise better from the ashes." From the Garibaldi gate we're heading to the Ursino Castle, which was built by Frederick II of Swabia in the 13th century. Some of the most important moments of the Vespa's War took place in this castle. It was the seat of the parliament and later on the residence of the sovereigns of Sicily of the Aragonese dynasty, including Frederick III. Today the castle houses the Civic Museum of Catania, consisting mainly of the Biscari and the Benedictine collections. The Ursino Castle was built no earlier than 1239 by the order of Frederick II of Swabia. The project was entrusted to the military architect Riccardo da Lentini. When the castle was built, it stood on a cliff overlooking the sea, and not too far from it, but as a result of volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, it is now a kilometer inland, and the sea is no longer visible. The former defensive ditch from the 17th century was filled with lava from an eruption of Mount Etna. The Ursino Castle is one of the few buildings in Catania that survived the 1693 earthquake. From the Ursino Castle we are going for a short visit to the Monumental Cemetery of Catania. The Monumental Cemetery of Catania is located on Via Aquicella, in the neighborhood of the same name, and it was opened in 1866, on a land that previously belonged to the nuns of Santa Chiara. In general, old cemeteries are true works of art, where you can find grandiose mausoleums created by well-known architects and statues created by famous sculptors. And the Monumental Cemetery in Catania is exactly that. In the old area, it's full of history and art. The cemetery has an interesting history related to the modernization and expansion of Catania, the cholera outbreak of 1837 that swept through Sicily, and the attempts of the authorities to keep it under control. We would love to find out more about these old monuments, so if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. From the Monumental Cemetery, we're heading to Piazza Vincenzo Bellini to see the Teatro Massimo Vincenzo Bellini, which takes its name from Vincenzo Bellini, a famous opera composer born in Catania in the 19th century. The construction of what would eventually become Teatro Massimo Vincenzo Bellini took nearly 200 years, beginning with the discussions following the disastrous earthquake of 1693 that completely destroyed Catania. There were talks of building a public theatre, and the foundation stone was finally laid in 1812. And with this visit to the last objective in today's list, we end our walk through the city of Catania. But we hope to return to this city one day, because what we have shown you in the last 4 episodes is not all that can be done and seen in Catania. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give it a like and share this video with others. And we will see you in 2 weeks when we're going together on a day trip to Etna.